Melvin Hunt here, Kansas State University. I was on the faculty there for 35 years doing teaching and research. And one of the favorite courses that I taught was processed meat operations. And here before us is a great example of that. What we're going to discuss here is restructured jerky. 3 examples here that are judged primarily on 2 major traits: the exterior appearance and the interior flavor and aroma. One of those is much more heavily weighted than the other, but disregarding the one that is weighted less is liable to cost you a better placing in your competition. So let's talk about the exterior part. Should be a uniform color. This is, after all, restructured. You don't have to rely upon the normal shape of the muscles and everything. So this is kind of part of your design that you can put into your product. And in this case, we have some product that is very uniform in color and in shape. In this example, we have a darker colored product, which is quite all right. Some people prefer the lighter, more mahogany color that you see in the one on my right versus the darker one here. But I bring this one in a little bit because this one could have been made more uniform in appearance just by trimming off the ends a little. Now that may be part of their style and part of their regular presentation of the product, but there's more people would probably make these uniform by just squaring up the ends a little. Another trait that we see in this particular example is that the product isn't all the same color. And this might appeal to some folks, but most people are going to wonder, what are those little white spots on there? And so some of that can be done just by taking a little lubricant, a little oil, edible oil, and smooth across that and be much more like the one here on the opposite end. So exterior-wise, it's mainly just trying to pay attention to the product as it comes out of your processing chambers. The major part, 750 points in fact, out of the 1,000, deals with flavor and aroma. And this is going to be whoever places first or last is going to be primarily the judgment of the evaluator, because there are many ways that you can flavor or spice or color or shape or modify it. But when it comes to eating ability, I think you really have to pay attention to texture. After all, these products are supposed to be shelf stable. They have in the guidelines a certain water activity and a moisture protein ratio that you must meet. But you don't want the product to be crumbly, and nor do you want it to be tough and rubbery. And getting that nice spot in between there is where I think you need to try to be, and where the greatest challenge is, because the raw material is going to do things to you, and you need to be able to see that before you start processing it and grinding it too fine or too coarse or having too large of certain types of spices that are in there. So anyway, the aroma is important, but not nearly as important as the flavor. Of the 750 points, 300 of it is strictly in flavor. And so the major thing that you have here is some jerkies will be very spicy, and that is your choice. And so that's what your clientele likes. Why make that? But a lot of people I hear are more middle of the road in their jerky, and they need to have not so peppery, not so hot, not so spicy, and particularly with aftertaste. So the bottom line on this is to know how to present it from the exterior and uniformity part of view, and then select your processing parameters so that you can get the right spice level that meets your clientele. And then if you're entering it into a contest, perhaps the judge will like that also.